Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Hope you have a wonderful day. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you how do you save money in an expensive city. Sydney is one of them. When I recently visited Sydney, I did two different type of trips. One of them is going out with our car, and the other one, I actually flew down to Sydney. There are bits and pieces that I realized that this doesn't make any sense. It's actually a better way to do things in order for you to get around, for example. So, and when I lived there, I never taken notice of it until I actually living in Brisbane, looking in in that aspect of it. So, if you're visiting Sydney, this is bits and pieces that I know of in order for you to save money or so. So the first one would be, I guess, avoid the airport tax. So avoid the trap of airport. So um, when we were living in Sydney, we were living in Green Square. That is not far from a Green Square station in a suburb called Zetland. Green Square station was actually the closest access point for public transport with trains. If we were to go to catch a train with, I guess, the four of us, just looking at the tickets alone, as of right now, at the time that this is being recorded, for two adults, it's $28, and for two children, it's $25. Total amount is $54, just under $55 or so. And that's for the four of us with our luggage going to catching a train. Now, this doesn't make any sense because you can catch an Uber at about $43, and that's door-to-door service. On the train, on the other hand, I have to actually walk to the train station, and that takes roughly about 10 minutes or so. And we also have to carry our luggages. And whereas an Uber, you just go down on our building, and it will be in the front of, I guess, the terminal when we arrive there. So that's the comparison that I'm looking at. Not only is it a lot more comfortable, and you don't have to lug a lot of luggages when you get there, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, if it's a single, even if it's a single person alone, it's probably better off if you catch an Uber. Sorry, based on the Uber price alone, I was looking at the like the most expensive part, which is Uber Max, that have a bigger room for luggages and more comfort, let's say, having four people. But if you're looking at the cheapest version, it would cost roughly about $25, but you sort of might not have the good space for your luggages. Most of the times you do. However, having four heads going to the to the airport, we might take our bigger suitcases or so. Avoid Circular Quay, the Rocks, and Darling Harbour. Those are the three main tourist attraction area. It's great to visit. It's great to look at it. It's great to walking around the area. However, the basic essentials, you shouldn't be buying anything from this area. Coming from my experience, you can get to Paddy's Market that have the similar thing, which is in Chinatown or so, by catching a tram or if not, as you walk through the city. So definitely avoid those tourist trap if you're thinking of buying anything, especially for gifts. The next one will be shop at Costco, fruit shop instead of Aldi, Coles, or Woolies. You'll be amazed how much money you will be saving, especially if you have a family of four or more, let's say. If you have the room, definitely also. We were living in Zetland and we didn't have a lot of room, so we didn't actually bother to actually go to Costco. Now looking back in, I probably wish I actually did. I thought the difference would be only a small amount. We're looking at the convenience because there's Coles underneath our building. And then realizing that goes after doing what we've gone through in here in Brisbane, we should have done this a lot more earlier. If needed, shopping at night or first thing in the morning. Because at night, sometimes they put I guess, the specials on, or if not, they wait. Or if you're going to go in Coles that I know of here in Brisbane anyway, On Wednesday they change around, I guess, all the markdown or all the specials. So we usually go on that particular Wednesday to do our grocery shopping, let's say. If not, we wait until at night. Sometimes they mark down all of the specials as well, and if not, first thing in the morning because they didn't sell a lot from the night before. And for example, also yesterday, I guess the four of us, we went to Westfield and in the bakery at about 4 o'clock, 4:30, somewhere around there. They started to put down. They're trying to get rid of all of the bakery's item, so we can grab a good specials at the afternoon as well. Another one that I know of is find a cheap flight. Now, I didn't understand this until I actually tried it myself. So recently, when I fly to Sydney, I use Webjet as a base point to figure out how much would it cost, for example. So I did it again right now. I put it somewhere around here. Webjet at the current stage, if we were going to Sydney at 6:45 a.m. In Qantas flight, you're looking at the cheapest one is $148, and then sorry, it's not 148. It was $173, and it can get up to at $369. Qantas, on the other hand, direct, when I go look at their website, it was $169, and it could as a flat rate base or so. So if you just look around based on the airline direct themselves, or if not, finding I guess in a Webjet, I found it just looking at in the two different websites, you can save yourself money. So you could be saving roughly about $4 at the very minimum if you choose 173 between $173 to 169, or if not, you can have a difference of roughly about $200 in saving if you choose in Webjet at $369 compared to Qantas at 169. So another option would be if you're thinking of buying any equipment or anything that is non-valuable, let's say, that you see that this might be a depreciating asset, look at Gumtree Facebook Marketplace. Now, I've been looking around a lot of product in Facebook Marketplace. Some of them we do actually find them very, I guess, enticing, let's say, because it's a lot cheaper compared to if you're buying brand new. We also sell a lot of things in Facebook Marketplace, or if not Gumtree. For example, we don't use our tent anymore. We don't expect it to use it. We go camping in Brisbane due to the humidity. Maybe in New South Wales, it was a lot more fun compared to Brisbane. In here, I cannot foresee doing that. The other options will be finding a Facebook group. We belong in, I guess, in our community. In here, there is its own postcode Facebook group. And in that could be, some people just want to give out things, and those giving out, it might be worth it for some people out there. The other one would be going down to the movies on a cheap day, let's say. For us, we usually go to the movies. Our kids at that age now, where they actually can enjoy going to the movies. We watch a few movies during the school holiday. Mufasa is one of them, as well as, well, my kids watch Sonics. And on Tuesdays, on Sundays, I know on Tuesday at a certain point it's a bit cheap. And then on Sundays before lunchtime, here in Brisbane anyway, it's actually cheaper compared to any other time. That for us, it can get pretty pricey if you don't go look around at a certain time frame or so. So that's one way of us doing it in order for us to save money. Another one would be cut down on coffees. I cannot stress you enough how much we do that. We haven't bought any coffees outside in a cafe for a very long time, unless if we really, really, really need to. On a typical week, let's say a daily coffee, it will cost you roughly about $4, and it can get up to $28 per week and almost $1,500 per year. That $15 a year, if you actually put down in the market, it can give you a lot more in return. Typical year-to-year basis. So keep track on your expenses. For us, I know holiday could be one thing, but if you're living in the city, sometimes you can get overwhelmed or forgotten and just carry on with the bliss of living in the big city.